Alright guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to use ImageJ's image processing analysis software today. So down here I am clicking on the icon. It looks like a microscope for you, for any of you guys who haven't used the software before. And then up here the next step for us is going to be importing the images. You can just open up individual images. You can do a new image if you would like. I always tend to do the import image myself because then I can do a sequence as I have shown you by clicking on that. I am going to go to my Dropbox folder and pull up the images that I can show you today. Alright, we're going to use these guys. And then once you click on that, it'll tell you the number of images, so ImageJ already knows exactly how many images that you are wanting to implement. And then the start image, you want to leave that as 1, and scale images, I always do it at 100%, but that's up to your guys' preference. And then you just hit OK for us. And up here it's going to show you in scrolling through that it's loading all the images. Alright. So now that we have those images up, you can tell right here as well that you're on image 1 of 25. You can use your arrow keys to shift through all the images for you and then back out, as well as using the arrow key up to zoom in and the down arrow key to zoom out. Those are just a couple of simple little tasks for you that can be a nice helper. And I will zoom in here. Since these are ultrasound images, we have a scaling on the side that is labeled in centimeters for us. So what I'm going to do is you're going to want to set your scale before you do any image processing. So I'm going to click the straight arrow key for us and then draw my line from this 1 down to the 2. And if you can see in the upper corner as well, I am at an angle of negative 90 degrees. That is perfect, so you want to leave it there and release your mouse. And then up here was where it was showing you the negative 90. And you can see here as well that we have a perfectly straight line, and then we're going to go to analyze, and you're going to hit set measurements. And then here you can pick exactly which items you want to actually be measuring. So I always do area, center of mass, limit to threshold, display label, and stack position, and mean gray value. You can always add other ones, but this one just remembers that these are the parameters that I have set, and then you just hit OK. You will also go under Analyze one last time up here and go to Set Scale. This might be the most important step, as this will depict how your measurements will actually come out in value. So distance in pixels, that is measured from my line here. That 144.6667 is the value that is the 1 centimeter that I am going to be using, because that's what my picture has shown. So my known distance I want to put in as 1.0. Because I am using exactly 1 centimeter in scale of my picture, and then I want to use the pixel aspect ratio as well as 1, so it does a 1 to 144.6667 ratio, and then my unit I'm going to put in cm for centimeters. Once you're done with that, just hit OK, and now you can tell that up here that I will move my mouse one more time and it's going to show you the values now in centimeters. So they're a lot smaller values, which is nicer to work with, and it's also a better scale for measurements and calculations once you're done. So I'm going to click off of that line and zoom back out. From now on, I will use the polygon selection. This tends to be the better one instead of using the oval or the rectangle, in my opinion, just because you can make cleaner lines and actually outline something that is more of an odd shape. So I'm going to zoom in and show you how to do the artery specifically. So on an ultrasound image, this is your artery. What's nice about ImageJ is that you can do as many clicks as you want. You can do a bunch of micro clicks, you can do them very far out if you want to do that, things of that nature, you can. And then you can get very detailed if you'd like as well. And I know that the clicking gets annoying, so probably shouldn't want to do this in a public place. I had done it myself in an airport before, and I'm sure I made quite a few people mad, but that's okay. And then once you get back to that set position here at the end with that box that was shown, it kind of closes it off for yourself. So knowing that I did a very long stroke here, I can actually move these little vertices and actually place this here so that I can get a better reading of my actual image itself. So although you think you might have made a mistake, it's totally fine. You're able to actually adjust this at the end. So you don't actually have to start over, which is one of the biggest things that I love about this software. And then this is kind of a hard image to tell, and it's probably not a great one to be showing on the video, but there's a lot of white noise, which is what the ultrasound is called when there's a bunch of static in the photo. And then from here, once you want to take the measurement values, you can either hit Analyze and hit Measure, or as you can see right here, the short key version would be Command M, as I'm using a MacBook. Otherwise, it would be Control M for any of you PC users out there. Once you hit that, you will start getting this results column. It's almost like an Excel spreadsheet, and it'll pull up the label of the actual image that you are using, as in my Dropbox folder is what that is labeled for me, as well as it's going to calculate the area of the artery itself, the mean, as well as your X and Y coordinates. What's nice about this X and Y coordinate is that is the dead center of your artery. So if you want to move your cursor over to 3.41 and then up to, let's say 1.71 and round up a little bit. And then as I leave my cursor here, you can see up in the upper left-hand corner that the X value is what I was looking at, as well as the Y value just under that polygon selection up there. And then that will tell you that that was the center of mass of the artery. And then actually as well, you can drag this around if you wanted to replace it. But we're going to put that back on here for us. And then anything from there, this tells you that it was slice 1. What the slice is meaning is that's actually image 1. So that you can always go back to a different thing as well. And now that I've clicked off of that, that is your basic tutorial on how to use ImageJ. If you wanted to actually save these data values before, all you got to do is copy and paste those and throw it into an Excel spreadsheet. And I hope this tutorial was useful and helpful for you.